where it says brand, change that to the name of my little shop, pizza and beer. Such a creative name. And one more thing, I can come down here where it says pizza and beer, and I'm going to insert a bootstrap component above that. I'm going to insert an image, responsive image. This one I'm going to make circular. Before, there we go. Let me put the image in there. And I'm going to try out maybe this little logo here. I'm going to define the size for this one. Maybe 200 by 200. Good. This is my little logo, name of my company, and my slogan. Change that. Good, that's clever. All right, now I can start adjusting the look of everything. Some of the look of my website using CSS. And let's remember, we have a lot of the CSS rules defining the carousel, the navigation bar, the thumbnails, all these other sections. I already have rules in the Bootstrap CSS, but that's read only, so you can't really change those. So anything we're gonna change, we're gonna override by creating a new CSS sheet. Okay, so say the first thing I want to change is the look of this Jumbotron. Well, I have several Jumbotrons in here, so if I change one, it's going to affect every other Jumbotron. Let me save what I've been working on too. So let me change just this one Jumbotron. Well, how do I do that? I click on the Jumbotron here. It says Jumbotron. Like I said, if I change the CSS rules for this Jumbotron, I'll change all of them. I just want to affect this one. What I can do is add an ID. Do that by adding hashtag or £, and give it a name. I'm going to call it Titletron. Sounds cool. Okay, then hit enter. It's going to say, where do I want to save this? Do I want to save this in my Bootstrap, which I can't because it's read-only. Define it in the page, in my HTML, which I don't want to, so I can create a new CSS file. Since this is the first CSS change I'm making, first new rule or selector I'm making, I can go ahead and make a new CSS sheet. Let me browse to where I'm going to keep this. I'm going to put it in my CSS folder, and I'm going to call this my biz.css. You can call it whatever you want, and save. I want it to be linked, and OK. So there we are, and I can click off that. And now let's look at that CSS Designer panel. Let's talk about that a little bit. Remember, we have our different sources. Where's our different CSS sources? If I look at all, I see I have my Bootstrap CSS, which is read-only, so I don't want to change that, and my Biz CSS. With that Biz CSS, which I just created, I can override that Bootstrap rules. Okay? And I can look at all. Well, there's my Titletron rule I just made. And, well, how is this affecting my different screen sizes? Right now it's global, so whatever changes I make to this will be global. We'll see in a little bit how we can use media queries to make very specific screen size changes. So I'm going to go back to my Titletron. That's my rule just for this one Jumbotron here, which I call Titletron. I can do background color changes. I can do background gradients, or I can even add a background image. Let me see if I have any good background images on here. And I think this one might work good. We'll give it a try. There we go. Pretty good background image. But now my text color is a little too dark. So what I can do is change the text on that. Change the color. Maybe white should work good. And Oh, I want to pop out a little bit more, so I can do a text shadow. And change the color to black. And that will help that pop out more. Now, what I could do, if this background image is too light, I could go back in and darken that a little. I could also change my font. Change the font family. Could use any of these. Gotham. I could change my font style. Italics, oblique, any of those. I could change my font weight to make it bold, bolder, whatever. I could change my font spacing if the text is too closely together. My letter spacing. So it's easier to read.